My only note is Tien Chen is held together by sinew and tendons. Boy, you can't grip her like that. If you guys are new here, my name is Ashley, and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related. And y'all know that I am here to put you on, and we are back to talk from season 3, episode 2, y'all. It's the aftermath. Boyd watched Tien Chen get literally ripped to shreds. Ripped to shreds. Diabolical. As the episode opens up, though, we are in Jade's house, and the goats and sheep are running amok. Jade has to go and check on Boyd. It's daylight, and Victor's like, no, wait. But he said, I gotta go. Again, Tien Chen is on the ground. Just, I don't even know how she's being held together at this point. And Boyd is down bad. He's trying to remember her last words in her native tongue. And I was like, is he entering psychosis at this moment? This is too much for any one human to bear. They basically held his eyes open and made him watch as she was literally torn apart, y'all. A sad, sad moment. And we already know we're going to have to deal with Kenny in a couple sweet hours. Again, Boyd is hugging that body. And like I said, that was my only concern, is that she's barely held together, sir. All of this hugging and tight grabbing, I don't know if that's going to work. Jim and Kenny, meanwhile, have found the Cabbage Patch, and there's going to be enough food to find everybody in the town. So again, up on this terrible night, joy is coming in the morning for the rest of the town, because now they're not going to have to be cannibals and eat one another. Tabitha passed out on Victor Daddy Brother's porch, and he kept her on the couch, but he's got the blicky pointed ever after because, girl, who are you and why are you here? And why do you have my son's lunchbox? My name is Tabitha Matthews. I was on a road trip to see my family in Colorado. Then we saw the tree in the road, the town Fromville, a place that you can never leave. Girl, get to it. My thing with Tabitha is that she cannot get to the point. Again, my reason that I don't think she should have been the one to get free. But again, I think getting to the tower, caring about the kids, showing yourself selfless, that self-sacrifice may be something that elicits freedom. I don't know. You guys drop it in the comments and tell me if that's tied to it. But he's getting frustrated with Tabitha just as I would be getting frustrated with Tabitha. She says, he gave it to me. And he's like, my son is dead. My wife's dead. Everybody I know is dead. So you're lying. And she's like, well, he's been there for years. He gave it to me 3 or 4 days ago. Victor is alive and he's been stuck there. This man called the popo, which I would have done because you're a lunatic lady. Who the heck are you? I can prove I'm not lying. Next, we see Sarah, and she comes to see Mullet, aka Christy. And Christy is not having it. You can't come in here. And Sarah blurts out, Tien Chen has died. The animals got out and she got. In a nutshell. Christy immediately feels her heart filling up with compassion for Kenny, because y'all know that was her fake man before her woman, Dr. Crackhead, got back. You know what I mean? And so now she's like, oh, I'm going to have to be there for Kenny. I'm really concerned about him. Sarah, I'll give you a temporary pass. And later on, Sarah gives a dress because we find out that she and Tien Chen used to play dress up in the diner, all that, yada, yada, yada. I still don't trust Sarah. And I know she's on this redemption tour. I still don't care. Still don't trust her. She even saved the kids last night. She saved Ethan and Julie, who have no parental overreach or oversight. And there's that. And basically, Jade gets there to Boyd and is like, how are you even alive, Boyd? Kenny's mom was the body in the cart the whole time. If you remember the teaser trailer that they released a couple months back, I was like, who is in the cart? Tien Chen, but they're not going to bury her yet. They are going to try to put her back together again like Humpty Dumpty and get her situated. That's the plan. And again, we're asking the question, how are you alive, Boyd? And he's having flashes, the ripping, the tearing. You can do it. You're so strong. And it's like, Donna is outraged. Is it true? Was it good enough for you? Was it worth it, Boyd? Was it worth it for you to sacrifice a human for the animals? We could have found a way. What way? Donna. Now, I'm with you when you're right, and hindsight is always 2020. But what were y'all gonna eat? That we didn't know about the Cabbage Patch before then. He still don't know about the Cabbage Patch. Ethan is crying. He's heartbroken. And Victor said, "Look, I told you, Ethan. I got to get out of here. This is way too much, but I told you she's dead. People die. It's over. And Ethan is starting to lose his hope, you guys. And if the theories are true that Fromville feeds on fear and loss of hope, man, I hope it doesn't change the character or the arc for Ethan, because he was so innocent and so full of hope. And I think that's why he got to see the boy in white. I'll be interested to see if we see another appearance of the boy in white to Ethan now that he's becoming more cynical. Again, I can't stay here anymore. She's dead. People die here. It's not make believe. Victor goes on his tirade and he busts out the house because he's over it. Tabitha said, look these people up. You know what I mean? Victor Daddy's brother said, you're lying, as he downs his beer. I don't know how you're doing it, but you made this up, because he's like, look up Boyd Stevens. I think that was the only person she knew the last name of. The picture. Now he believes the drawn picture that she has, and he sends the police home because now he's convinced, oh, you really do know my son. You really do know about this boy in white, right? Donna, again, is going off on Boyd. Was it worth it? The people are what we have, not the animals. But baby, if you don't have any food, you're not going to have any people, or you're going to have to start eating each other. Cannibalism is on the way, y'all. And I hope not, but that's all I can think is going to happen next. Meanwhile, Fatima is back with the morning sickness and her teeth are now falling out. This is a zombie monster baby. I don't know. We find out the Dr. Crackhead was a pediatric nurse. And so Ellis grabs Fatima and takes her to Dr. Crackhead because, again, she's got the answers. All right. Back with the cabbage now. Jim is like, where are my kids? And I'm like, wouldn't you like to know, bub? You leave them every chance you get because you have a crisis of conscience when you're out there. I shouldn't have left my kids. What if something happened? Yeah, what if something happened? Kenny immediately, where is my mom? Child, the unraveling begins. Kenny, you were on such a mission to make sure that Julie and Ethan had their parents that you weren't there to sit watch and make sure your mom didn't get into any tomfoolery. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We know that you're not fine. And she wants to know, where is she? She's in the church. He's like, I need to sit with her. Eventually he goes to Christy and is like, Christy, can you fix her up? Seeing my dad, how I saw him, that's the only way I can imagine him now. And I don't want that for my mom. I don't want to remember her the way she is now. I want to remember her the way that she was. Yeah. Back with Fatima. When's the last time you ate? 4 days ago. She can't keep anything down. Ellis is like, nurse, are you a crackhead? And again, it's fine. Everything's fine. Again, that's not a baby. This is Alien Nation. Now we're back in the diner. Kenny is in the diner. How petty of Fromville to start singing Celebration on the jukebox. It's a celebration. Really petty and ridiculous. Oh, so terrible. Diabolical. They're trying to break everyone's mind. And Kenny is just done for. He can't handle it. He's breaking the jukebox. He's tearing Ish up. And I'm like, what is this going to mean for Kenny? Are we going to get a new Kenny? Or is he going to remain this inherently good creature that he has been, a character, not creature, y'all, that he has been this entire time? I'm so curious to know. I can't wait to dig deep into his arc as the season progresses. Julie is going off on Jim because WTF? What the F is wrong with you, Jim? You should have been here. I can't be the fill-in parent. After Thomas died, I was his mama. That's why I'm an angsty teen. And again, for once, I agree with you, Julie. They are absentee parents. They are allegedly present, but never there. Get your ish together. I'm sick of your shh, is what Julie said to her daddy, and for good reason. Tab is eating some sort of bootleg leftover chili that Victor's daddy brother has. Miranda, his wife, before she died, started hearing voices crying to be saved. I want to show you something. Look at this room. And so he takes her down to this room where she's got all of her art. And she thinks that she was sent there to find you. No, you're here for what's in the basement. I told y'all Jade isn't bad. He's going to figure something out. Watch. Jade is really doing what he can for Tien Chin. Eventually, he and Sarah are going to get together to get her body back together. And he says he liked to play dress up as a kid. And so it's not far reaching. Jade has a heart. He has compassion and he's brilliant. I'm telling you now, Jade is the one to watch. Christy is figuring out again how to put everything together, and Jade is there helping her. Ellis gets Fatima back to the colony house, and she's like, immediately go see your dad. It's been a rough night. He probably needs your support. And Fatima's about to eat that rotten, stagnant, mildew-ish. in the corner of the house, Dobby the house elf. Yes, Dobby the house elf, munching on rotten parsnips and carrots and beets. It's disgusting. She can keep that down. Not regular food, but she can keep that food down. Donna is processing the meat because again, the Fromville monsters took out the cow, and Ethan pops up again, unadamn tended. Why are you roaming about Fromville without any companion? They want their kids to go. They don't care about these kids, y'all. I'm convinced. And so Ethan is like, everything is covered in snow. And he starts asking deep questions that she's not really ready to answer about people being unalived. And is so-and-so going to live and be alive? And it's just, I'm not your parent. Go talk to your daddy. And he says, well, I'm here looking for Victor. Victor's not there. And again, they're still working on Tien-Shin's body at this point. And this is where Sarah brings the dress. What I'm about to do, I'ma do, is what Kenny says. And he's going on a kamikaze mission. He done got the liquor, the alcohol, the 150 proof, and he's going to blow up the tunnels. And of course, Boyd finds him. And he's like, let's do it. I'm on your team. Let's go. Meanwhile, Victor said that they lived down there. Boyd said that when Jade was there, he didn't see them, but he saw some other disturbing ish. That's what he's telling Kenny. And he says they want us angry. You know what I mean? And what's going to happen if we blow them up and no one else is down there and we get taken out? What happens? Boyd still at this point has not had the conversation about what happened to Tien-Shin. And he's like, I'm going to go with you. And then Kenny says, I just hate she was alone and she was scared. And Boyd says she wasn't alone. They made me watch. I couldn't help. Immediately, Kenny's off the rails. And I wonder if this is going to come back to bite him in the buttocks. Is Kenny going to come back and be like, Boyd, I blame you. Why didn't you do anything? And why did they keep you alive? And I also wonder, is Boyd now immune from them unaliving him because of what happened down in the caves when he rescued? Y'all drop it in the comments and let me know. And so then he repeats back the words that he remembered that Tien-Shin had said. And her last words were, take care of him. He'll be alone now. And I cried real tears at this point. This was the point where pull out the Kleenex box and Triple OG cried real tears in this moment because it was heartbreaking. This was the last person he had in this world that really knew him inside and out. And just to feel the gravity of that, it's very serious. Jade Christie did a great job. They put her together. If you look, you'd never know under that dress that she was just tendons and ligaments. Julie and Sarah, they're having a conversation. She's like, thank you for saving us. And again, Sarah's on a full redemption tour at this point. Apparently back in what we think is reality, but I think may just be an extension of Fromville. We find out Victor's mama had all the tea on Fromville. People who were lost and afraid of living inside a nightmare they couldn't speak. They were fighting a battle they couldn't win, holding on to hope. When hope is gone, they held on to each other. Now, will this be self-fulfilling prophecy? Or is this already in action? I see so much dissension in the ranks currently at Fromville, and it could be just because of all the new people. But I still think there's some individual hope, but I think that's what the monsters are trying to break, especially if Fromville dates back hundreds of years. There has to be an ending and a beginning. You know what I mean? At some point, everybody gets taken out and then they start over. I don't know. You guys drop it in the comments and let me know. Victor, as of right now, is the longest living resident that we know. But from the Cabbage Patch and all that and that whole little tenement setup, we know that other people were there once upon a time. So what happened to them? And again, it looks like it definitely goes back to the Civil War because of her paintings, and she was the chosen one, the one to free the children. And since Tab actually got out, she must really be the chosen one. Everyone before her has failed, so how are you different? Then she sees the boy in white. Meanwhile, Ellis and Boyd are having a conversation. Ellis is like, Dad, how are you holding up? And Boyd is like, I got an idea. I need your help, son. I'm going to catch a monster. Child. Boyd, sit down somewhere, because what you going to do when you catch it? What are you going to do when you catch it? Julie is checking on the animals with Ethan's going with her. Jim pretending to care. Like, boy, you don't care about them kids. And at the end of the episode, Jim gets a phone call. And he says he's Thomas, his dead son. Y'all tell me what you think about that. But you guys, in a nutshell, that was episode 2 of season 3 from. I was really invested. Again, it had me in my feelings. I feel like we're getting deeper into the mystery. But like I said, from creators, writers, if you don't give me some answers in this 10 episode season, we're going to have smoke. there is going to be heck to pay the piper. But I really, really enjoyed this episode. You guys, drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you thought. Were you in your feels, especially for Kenny? And what does this mean for Kenny's future? And what's going to happen with Tabitha? Are she and Victor's dad going to be the ultimate companions to get to the bottom of everything that's happened? And what did Victor's mama really know? You guys let me know in the comments. And if you're still here, thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of those things. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. All right, because a ton of uploads are coming. And I'm starting a series, My Sweet Vlogtober, where we'll be diving into cozy season. And I cannot wait. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.